Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're taking a journey way back in time to explore two of India's most incredible UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the legendary caves of Ajanta and Ellora. And trust me, these aren't just any old caves. They are entire worlds carved right out of the rock, filled with art that's managed to survive for thousands of years. So you ready? Let's dive in.
All right, so first things first. We have to clear up something that confuses a lot of people. You often hear Ajanta and Ellora said in the same breath, right? Like they're one giant park. But are they really the same place? Let's settle that right now.
And the answer is a big, resounding no. They are two totally separate, completely distinct sites, and each one has its own specialty. Here's the easiest way to remember it. Ajanta is all about the paintings. It's like a world frozen in vibrant color on the cave walls. Ellora, on the other hand, is a symphony of sculpture. It's celebrated for its mind-blowing, massive carvings and architecture. And yeah, they're not exactly next-door neighbors either. The two sites are separated by more than 100 kilometers. That's about 60 miles. It's a pretty good drive, which really hammers home the point that these are two separate, magnificent destinations that you have to travel between. So, let's start our virtual tour, shall we? Our first stop is Ajanta. This is a place where ancient stories aren't just told, they're shown, in stunning, vivid detail. It's home to some of the absolute finest examples of ancient Indian art you will ever see. So what makes Ajanta? Well, Ajanta, first off, it's exclusively a Buddhist site. All 29 of its caves were carved as monasteries and prayer halls. And the setting? Oh, it's just spectacular. The caves are carved into this massive horseshoe-shaped cliff that stands 76 meters high, looking down over the Waghora River. You can just imagine why monks chose this secluded spot for a peaceful retreat. Now, you gotta realize, these caves weren't all made at once. It was a project that spanned two very different time periods. The earliest caves go all the way back to the 2nd century BCE. But then, there was this gap. For nearly 400 years, nothing happened. Then, around the 5th century CE, a second burst of activity started, this time sponsored by the powerful Vakataka dynasty. Okay, quick little art history nerd out here, but it's important. People often call these paintings frescoes, but that's not technically correct. A real fresco is painted on wet plaster. The artists at Ajanta had a different method. They'd put a layer of plaster on the rock, let it dry completely, and then they'd paint on that finished surface using all natural pigments. Pretty clever. So if you're planning a visit, where do you even start? Well, Cave 1 is an absolute must-see. It's got some of the most famous and beautifully preserved paintings. Then you have Caves 16 and 17, where you'll find these incredible stories of the Buddha's past lives painted on the walls. If you want to see the oldest stuff, head to Cave 10. And don't you dare miss Cave 26, which is famous for its stunning sculptures, especially this huge, peaceful, reclining Buddha. All right, let's hop in our virtual car and travel those 100 kilometers over to our second destination, Ellora. Now, if Ajanta was this delicate, beautiful masterpiece of painting, Ellora is just raw, monumental power carved straight out of the earth itself. And right away, this chart shows you the biggest difference from Ajanta. Ellora isn't about just one religion. Nope, it's this amazing, harmonious meeting point of three: Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. You can literally walk through 34 caves and see the spiritual traditions of all three faiths living side by side. It's incredible. But in this whole incredible complex, there is one structure that just steals the show. It's a creation so unbelievably ambitious, it almost defies logic. We're talking, of course, about Cave 16, the Kailasa Temple. So you look at this gigantic, multi-story temple and think, man, how many thousands of stone blocks did they have to haul here to build this thing? The answer is one. Just one. The Kailasa temple wasn't built at all, it was carved. Artisans started at the top of a solid rock mountain and carved their way down, basically liberating this temple from the stone around it. And I'm not just being dramatic, that's its official title, the largest single monolithic rock excavation in the entire world. To make it, they had to chip away an estimated 400,000 tons of rock. Just try to wrap your head around the vision and the engineering it took to pull that off. And no, this wasn't some weekend project. It's estimated that it took more than 200 years to finish. That's 10 generations of artisans dedicating their lives to this single masterpiece.
It's a testament to unbelievable multi-generational passion and hard work. Now, while Kailasa is definitely the star of the show, don't make the mistake of only seeing the Kailasa temple. The Buddhist caves, like Cave 10, have this serene, almost cathedral-like feel. And the Jain caves at the far end, they're famous for their incredibly delicate and intricate carvings. It's all just amazing. Okay, you've seen the highlights, but here's the big question. What if you're short on time and you can only visit one, Ajanta or Ellora? It's such a tough choice. So let's break down the key differences to help you decide. This table really puts it all head to head. The choice kind of boils down to this. If you're passionate about ancient painting, Ajanta is your place, no question. If you're someone who is just floored by monumental architecture and sculpture, you have to see Ellora. Practically speaking, Ellora is way closer to the main city, a roundabout, and it's physically easier to get around. Ajanta is further away and has a lot more stairs. And a huge tip for all you creators out there, you can't take video inside Ajanta's caves, but you can at Ellora. Feeling inspired? Are you already checking flight prices? Excellent. Let's switch gears and get into the practical, nitty-gritty stuff you'll need to know to plan your own amazing trip. Your home base for this whole adventure is going to be the city of Aurangabad. You can get there pretty easily by plane or train from major cities like Mumbai. From Aurangabad, the best way to do it is to hire a car for a day trip to each site. Just remember to budget about an hour to get to Ellora and a much longer 3-hour drive to get all the way out to Ajanta. And here is the essential need-to-know info. The best time to visit for great weather is from November to March. Now, this next part is crucial, so listen up. Ajanta is closed on Mondays, and Ellora is closed on Tuesdays. You do not want to make that long drive only to find the gates are locked. I've also put the ticket prices up for you right here. Okay, one final pro tip for me, and seriously, trust me on this one. Hire a government licensed guide when you get there. The stories and the little details they can point out will bring the art and history to life in a way a book just can't. The official fee is really reasonable, especially if you split it with a few friends. And that brings our journey to a close. From the painted stories of Ajanta to the mind-bending marvels of Ellora, these caves are so much more than just monuments. They're like libraries of history, art, and faith, all carved in stone. They're a testament to what humans are capable of. Which really just leaves you with one final thought. After all these centuries, what stories do these silent walls still have left to tell us? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.